Hello. So, right before I started, I got this song, what is it called? Oh man. The one where she's like, "Doo, doo, 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 doo. And I would walk a million miles or 1,000 miles or whatever. Anyway, that's the song that I'm getting in my head right now. So if that's relevant for you, there could be a message here. We've got the 2 of Wands and the Hierophant. Okay. Somebody could be making plans to really kind of move forward in a more aligned way and express himself with a, you know, higher self-alignment. Okay, so interesting. Whoop. It's gonna be in the back of my head right now. Just I'm hearing that noise. And now I wonder. Okay. Into the sky. Anyway, let's see what this message is about. Okay, I guess I'm making piles. Here we go. We got the Intuitive Kev's Tarot deck. I don't even think I shuffled these. And, ooh, the Wizard of Oz and Wonderland deck, whatever. You could be really moving forward. They could have been maintaining their position, and now they're moving forward in a more loving way. Okay, towards relationship dynamic, possibly. Well, probably because of the song that popped in my head, right? Somebody could be really feeling a little more confident and comfortable with their true emotional desired expression, okay? So, I think I gotta put the song on. It's driving me nuts. I can see her on the piano. Let me see. Wow. Okay. Somebody could be kind of burdened by their feelings at this time. Okay, so let me see the message that I got today when I was waking up was just like sunlight coming into a dark room, a little bit of light makes a huge difference. Well, what was the rest of that? Anyway, so yeah, somebody could be looking at the situation in a much more lighter and carefree way. Okay. And I need you. And now I wonder. Okay, anyway, here we go. Yeah, somebody could be feeling a little burdened by their feelings at this point, okay? Right, put this up here, move this over here, here we go. Right, yeah. Look at the 9 of Wands like I was talking about from the other deck. So somebody could have been really kind of maintaining their position, going through different battles and difficulty, and standing their ground, really not wanting to, you know, move from their posts, I guess, with, you know, what the heck was that? With allowing for, you know, what their desires are to be, let me see, what's the word? To be like skewed, I guess, right? We'll just say that. But so yeah, somebody could be kind of maintaining their position, really staying true to their real desires, and not wanting to deviate. That's the word I was looking for. Okay. And what's interesting is both these cards, like one guy has, you know, his left eye covered, and in the other side he's closing his right eye and he's got his left eye open. So somebody could be looking at things from a different perspective and really kind of ready to make some type of offer towards what they're desiring. Excuse me. Oh my god. Oh no. Could be some throat blockages. Oh my god. Holy cow. You could be having a hard time opening up and expressing, but they are looking at things in a different perspective and wanting to present an offer. Okay, right there we go. Holy crap. See the difference? Anyway, we got the King of Cups and the Queen of Wands and the Hierophant again. How cute. So somebody could be feeling much more confident within their emotional position with what it comes when it comes to what they're desiring of, and they could be kind of ready to you know, move into this alignment, you know, expressing their truth more directly and intentionally, and able to in order to inform and educate, excuse me, oh my gosh, but also introduce their feelings in a way where they're, you know, wanting to present themselves. Okay. So I got, who are you? So somebody could have been really, you know, navigating through transformative elements, and they could be feeling a lot more confident and joyous, jolly even, when it comes to moving towards what they're desiring of. All right. Okay. Yeah, somebody's creating a balance within themselves and could be getting ready. Look at that. We got the Two of Wands, which is making plans, and the Nine of Cups towards a wish come true. Okay, so somebody could be really ready to present themselves in a way where, you know, it's like you're engaging within your emotional, true desired emotional expression. And what's funny is, like, I've seen this card so many times, but I've never really paid attention to the faces on the trees over here. So somebody could be kind of paying more attention to their environment as they navigate their way down the path of what they're desiring of. Okay, so you can see the faces, right? They could be, you could be kind of recognizing different synchronistic awarenesses of the guidance that you are receiving in your environment, and even the support and kind of like preparation or security and, yeah, like the guidance. Okay, so somebody could be really having had to navigate through different outlooks of scarcity or loss or lack, and there's been some type of major transformation. Okay, somebody's ready to face their emotions. Okay, and look at that, we got the Six of Wands and the Strength card. So somebody's moving into much more strong and courageous, triumphant position. Okay, knowing that this is, you know, like something that they could be really celebrating, and there could be like a recognition by others in your environment as well of the strides that you've made with what you've been navigating through. All right, and we have the Empress right here and the Eight of Pentacles. So somebody's really leveled up and mastered themselves in order to receive what's truly meant for them. And this could be referring to, you know, a divine counterpart. Okay, so somebody could be feeling much more secure with what it is that they're creating and forming, and you know, what they're wanting to really embrace into their life. Okay, there could have been a time where somebody could have felt that they had missed out on a situation, or that things weren't going exactly as they're desiring of. But when you kind of look around and shift and alter your perspective, or this person, right, however this is resonating, could be recognizing that certain situations might have seemed, you know, like you were kind of losing out, but it's also kind of giving you a greater awareness of what it is that you're truly desiring to open yourself up to. Okay. And we get the Sun, how cute, and the Magician and the Hangman. So somebody could be really now looking at the situation in a much more positive way, looking at things from all different perspectives, and ready to surrender, you know, kind of what, let me see, different aspects of control, and be able to kind of go with the flow while recognizing that you're co-creating. It's not just something that's only your sole focus, but you are acquiring what it is that you're receiving as you navigate, and there's just a need for a greater adaptability. Okay, but you could be really, excuse me, manifesting and moving forward towards, you know, the next chapter of your life more intentionally. And with the white rabbit right there, you could be ready to go down the rabbit hole and find out more, okay? And you could be moving slowly, gaining momentum, and moving more intentionally in a way where you can feel like you are looking at things from a much more healed perspective, or whoever this is, right? Take it how it resonates. You could be, you know, leading yourself into the situation in a much more healed way, okay? And you can be stable within this understanding. We got the World and the Empath right here. So you've been moving yourself into a situation that is a new cycle. You could be recognizing that you're guided and protected, and there are true emotional awarenesses that are creating a balance, and even more so a greater aspect of protection. We have this red string right here, and there could be, you know, I was feeling that earlier, this like gut pull or whatever, of, you know, what you're wanting to draw in, I guess. So you could be seeing that there is more to the situation other than your own internal feelings, okay? So, and we got butterflies and dragonflies that are jumping out at me right here too. So those could be relevant. What else was it? This little lamb, how cute. Okay, and the Hierophant and the Lovers that I was talking about earlier when I was shuffling, unless, I don't know, maybe I read those earlier. I have no idea. But yeah, so somebody could be really aligning with a sense of true purpose and intention, and, you know, really ready to move forward, where, you know, how they're both looking in the same direction. It's like you could be moving forward into a situation where you are knowing you're not alone on your journey, and you are being supported and having a like mutual purposeful understanding, okay? And somebody could be closing out cycles of pain and negativity, and also even kind of closing out from the outlook of keeping your feelings and thoughts to yourself. Like, so somebody could be ready to express and release what emotions they're having in a situation that they've been, you know, obviously keeping to themselves, okay? So look at that. We got the King of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, and Three of Cups. Somebody is ready to move forward, taking action, purposeful and desired action towards the long-term goals of what they've envisioned for themselves, and able to look at things in a much more celebratory way instead of feeling, you know, overwhelmed or, excuse me, burdened, I guess, right, by the feelings that you've been, or this person has been carrying around, okay? We got the Witch, the Seven of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. So somebody could be realizing, you know, the desired person is, you know, in alignment, okay? Like they could be expressing themselves out of, with a positive expression instead of, you know, something that should be questioned, right? And somebody could be recognizing different illusionary aspects that they had been maintaining, and realizing now that this is a true partnership or relationship dynamic or team type of scenario that is really desired and beneficial to embrace in order to create something larger. So somebody could have been really questioning let me see, the way they should be having, the way they should be perceiving the situation. And now there is a greater realization of truth, okay, that somebody could be really feeling comfortable, embracing, and allowing to come into their physical world at, in a more intentional way. Like, even with these Three of Pentacles, two of them are underground and one of them starting to emerge from, you know, under there, right? You know, so somebody could have been keeping all of this to themselves and now ready to, you know, kind of bring this up into They're, you know, away from just the subconscious awareness and truth and into their physical life. Okay. I'm glad that song's not repeating in my head. Otherwise, I'd be like... Anyway, so... That was so funny, though, because, like... Right when I sat down, it just popped up in my head. So I'm like, okay. Oh, you see how that one flipped out? Cute. Okay. Or cute. Okay. So I'm gonna put these over here. All right. Yeah, somebody's stabilizing themselves. They got a lot of different options. And you know, we have social media right here. But somebody could be stable within themselves, and they have a lot of different options that they could be, you know, focusing on. But there are certain illusionary aspects as well they could be recognizing or navigating their way through. And there could be, you know, like a broad spectrum based on all these different, hold on, let's get this out of here. Somebody could be having a broader spectrum of awareness or focus, in a way that, like, you know, they could be paying attention to this and that and blah, 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 but not all of these situations that they're focused on are true, options in their life, okay? And somebody could be kind of, preparing themselves for what it is that's really meant to come in for them, okay? Yeah, somebody's using their discernment when it comes to manipulation and deception and what they feel could be a true divine partnership dynamic, okay? Hold on, little lady. Hold on, little lady. No, 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 no phone back. No, 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 no phone. Get out of here. Okay, so somebody could be looking at things from a different perspective and ready to kind of surrender into what they've learned. Could be really truly fulfilling, emotionally contented relationship dynamic and home, okay? And it could even be like a marriage type scenario. Okay. Somebody could have had to go inward and take some time to pay attention to what was bringing them the outlook of lack or scarcity, or what had been causing them pain. And this one over here. But they could be recognizing the work that they've done. Oh, that's nice. Use my other phone and text them. So yeah, somebody could be recognizing all the different work that they've been doing and ready to open up to a much more emotionally fulfilling, you know, new beginning or relationship dynamic. And they could be kind of wanting to, you know, move forward towards what they've envisioned with a relationship with the lovers, okay? And then we got, oh, look at that. So somebody could be kind of really recognizing what it is that they've prayed for and desired of, could be coming in, that their prayers have been heard. Oh my gosh. Cute. So just stay true to yourself and, you know, to God, okay? And just close out those cycles of pain and negativity and get ready to receive, you know, what it is that you're desiring of, okay? What you've been manifesting and what you've been meditating on, right? How sweet. And, okay, if you don't feel like this reading's for you, then it might not be, right? But if you're feeling like this is all kind of resonating and accurate for you, then yay, get excited. Let me see what else we need to get out of here real quick. Oh, we got the Four of Wands right there, the Two of Wands and the Four of Wands, and the Nine of Cups right underneath that. So, you know, as you make your plans in a way that you feel is truly aligned, you could be moving into this divinely supported and guided home, family, community, relationship, dynamic, possible twin flame, okay, connection. How cute. We got the Four of Wands and the Four of Swords. So you could be kind of moving into a situation in a much more healed way and wanting to move forward. Ooh, look at both of these cards about movement right here. Chariot and the Eight of Wands. So somebody could be moving forward intentionally, okay, down the path where they feel they're meant to go. And there could be some type of communication in hot pursuit. You know, somebody could be really wanting to move forward after a time of having restricted themselves. Okay, we have the Eight of Swords coming out in reverse with the Ace of Swords. So, so we got 4-4, 8-8. That's interesting, right? Or actually 8-8-8 if I add the 1 and the 7. So, abundance, infinity. So yeah, what somebody had been restricting themselves from, there could be this new truth and awareness that somebody is wielding, and they could be kind of recognizing that this is a purposeful situation. With the Six of Cups, there's a soulmate dynamic. There's a lot of different healing involved, and this kind of looks like a little beach wedding type of scenario. You know, I don't really get that off of these cards usually, so that could be relevant. But yeah, somebody could be moving forward much more intentionally and purposefully, having allowed themselves to heal their inner child in different ways and get back to greater joy and innocence. There could be some type of reunification going on, but somebody could be feeling that there is a deeper purpose and intention towards what their feelings had been, okay? And what's funny that I brought up the wedding thing is, like, this is my old wedding or engagement ring, whatever, whichever one would be, whatever, you know. And it doesn't fit on my finger anymore. Look at, this is my right hand, but whatever. It doesn't go any further. So what's funny is like they've been hanging up on this wall, and I hadn't touched them or looked at them, and then they got my attention today. And my other rings in there. Still, I'm not wearing it, but like I really like the ring. You know what I mean? Like, I really like the ring, and I haven't worn it for years. And I'm like, why? Why shouldn't I? You know, whatever. Anyway, but it's so cute. And like, I used to go like this and like twist it or whatever, but it was on this finger or this finger, you know. And now I can't do it. Anyway, whatever. But yeah, wedding rings could be relevant, apparently, okay? Whether they're in use or not. Okay, but we got the Wheel of Fortune right here. Okay, somebody could be moving forward from, you know, certain situations that had been really kind of taking away or creating you know, turmoil or difficulty in their life, and at this point somebody's following their intuition and really kind of creating more intentionally, all right, what it is that they're truly trying to manifest, okay? Somebody is ready for true divine alignment, okay? They could have had some type of epiphany or reckoning and a new awakening, and somebody's ready to walk away from what is no longer in alignment with their true desires, okay? Or emotional contentment. We got the Eight of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. Okay, so somebody's definitely feeling they've leveled up their skill and their awareness, and they could be daydreaming in different ways, but really ready to, like, in a good way, right? Ready to embrace or engage in a situation that they feel is truly emotionally fulfilling. We got this wish come true. Hey, Bav, how you doing? Let me see. And we got the King of Cups, okay? So somebody could be really fulfilled emotionally, no longer wanting to open themselves up to situations that aren't in alignment and wanting to assert themselves towards what it is that they're truly desiring of, okay? Yikes. Somebody could have been dealing with conflict in certain situations that they weren't wanting to open themselves up to, but they're recognizing now that that was based on unhealthy outlooks or toxicity, and and somebody's ready to move into a situation with a better reciprocal dynamic in order to ascend into their true desired position. I'm doing okay. Let me see. I was doing a lot more today than I anticipated I would be, so now I'm trying to get this reading in before I got to go do some other stuff. But if you want, I could do a poll or two for you if you got a question or something. I'm just going to finish off this reading right here real quick, though. But you could write a question if you're wanting one, and let's see what's up. I don't do third-party situations or, like, I don't know. I don't know what I don't do. But I don't do third-party situations. Anyway, so if you got a question about maybe spiritual advice or position or guidance that you need for what you're at, where you're at now, I can help you out with that. Okay, so we got the Six of Swords and the Nine of Wands. So somebody's moving forward after having been maintained their position for a long time, and they're ready to really bring in, okay, what they're truly desiring of to have in their life physically and open up to this new beginning. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I'll do that in a second. I'll try. We'll see what comes out. So yeah, somebody could be ready to really embrace what they're truly desiring to bring in and move forward, okay, towards a new beginning. They could have learned what they needed to in order to feel that they're moving towards true fulfillment and contentment emotionally. And they could be blocking themselves off from the outlook of anxiety, okay? Somebody's knowing that this is going to be a major change, especially after possibly being in hermit mode, but they're, or isolating, but at this point, there's been a true transformation that has occurred where somebody could be really feeling truly confident and happy with what they're opening themselves up to. Okay, we got that twin flame card again. Oh, and soulmates right here too. So it's like somebody could be really knowing that there is a higher level connection that's going on, regardless of what it could be labeled as. But we got the Eight of Wands and the Six of Cups. Somebody's moving forward. There could be some type of movement, communication, but it's leading towards a reunification within a soul connection. And somebody could have matured and done a lot of work to get to this point and can feel a little more confident with the position that they're in or what it is that they're allowing into their life. Somebody's, truly using their discernment when it comes to what they are focused on and desiring of. Okay. Let me see. I don't know. Whoa. There could have been some type of hesitation. Let me see if both of these. But at this point, somebody's transitioning into more carefree and lighthearted awareness when it comes to, taking a leap of faith towards a new beginning. And these last two cards. Oh, somebody's going to be creating their foundation for their life more intentionally, knowing what they're needing to release and open themselves up to, and moving in a much more purposeful and passionate way. Okay, so pretty cool. Let me see what the bottom is over here. Whoops. Somebody's preparing themselves. Okay, they could be feeling like they could go into, they could be receiving pain or conflict, but at the same time, somebody's wanting to move forward with the greater balance that they have. Okay, and we got 7-7 right here. They could be blocking from manipulation and deception, and really kind of knowing or feeling that they're ready to receive what's going to be bringing in a greater stability. Okay, and cooperation. Okay, so there's a need, let me see, walk away from what isn't true and present a message in a way that is leading towards emotional fulfillment. Okay, all right. And stability. All right. I feel like my sentence was turned into something else, so hopefully it was a full sentence. But is there a card deck that you're interested in by chance, or is there a certain type of style you are interested in or something. I got a bunch of different types. So let me see. Let you know what RB's thoughts are. Okay. Okay, I don't know if you're still here. I'm gonna do this though. Okay, anyone is fine. That's good. I think I'm going to try a couple from here, and then I'm going to pull some from this one too. So, okay, so he could be restricting himself at this point. Okay, cool. What are his thoughts about that? Look at that. Somebody could be making plans, okay, towards emotional fulfillment, but he could be isolating himself right now. Like I was saying, I saw that Eight of Swords, and then we have the Hermit right here. So I'm not sure if that's resonating in some type of way, but he could be kind of restricting himself, trying to figure out what he feels is meaningful action. Okay, could be trying. We have the Hierophant right here. That could be about marriage, but it could also be that he's trying to get himself into a better alignment in order to feel confident with what he's wanting to express. Okay, and we got the Eight of Cups right here. So somebody could be, he could be wanting to walk away from situations that aren't bringing him true emotional fulfillment and creating momentum for himself, where he could feel a greater sense of strength and courage with moving towards what he's desiring of. Okay. So we got this, even though there's a sad squirrel card in here, this happy squirrel came out in reverse. So he could be trying to be getting to a point of feeling confident with himself or feeling secure and happy. But like he's needing to, kind of get to that strength, or like embrace that strength, or have the resolve within him to feel that he can be embracing that more confident position. Okay, but he could be feeling that this situation would be bringing greater balance into his life, or justice and clarity, but there could be certain conflict with what he feels his intuition is telling him. Okay, so he could be wanting to get to a greater awareness with what the actions are that he's wanting to take. Okay, and once he does, he could be moving forward a little more confidently towards what he feels would be a true fulfilling emotional beginning. And we have the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles. So he could be really trying to stabilize himself within his own life physically, and also get to a greater awareness of what action steps he should be taking once he does move into action, right? But he could be getting different cooperative elements that are coming in that could be helping with safeguarding or creating a greater truth within him, instead of focusing on deceptive or manipulative outlooks and awarenesses. Okay, he could be looking at things from all different perspectives, and once he's able to feel more confident in the situation at all different, like putting himself over here in this possibility, and what if this happened, and all these different things, like once he maps out the situation a little more easily, he could be ready for for true alignment to come in, and for things to fall into place as he's desiring. But it's like, it seems that there's a lot that he's wanting to do to create a balance or a greater awareness within his own desires, feelings, possibly like a sense of purpose, or what it would be that he's really allowing in once he moves forward more intentionally. Okay, but we have the Queen of Wands, the Death card, and the Emperor. So he could be really having a strong desire towards you, but there's just a major transformation that he's needing to go through in order to get to the position of wanting to assert himself and utilize his will in the situation more intentionally, okay? But he could be feeling like this is a wish come true for him and wanting to engage in an emotional way. But there's just a lot of shifting of his awarenesses that he's needing to do in order to move forward into the next chapter, okay? Okay, so currently there's no contact, yeah, so he could be restricting himself, right? And figuring himself out before he moves more intentionally in towards a relationship status, okay? But, so yeah, we have the sad squirrel with the Wheel of Fortune right here, so he could be having a lot of negativity and overwhelm surrounding him in a way that's making him defensive or, excuse me, having to be on guard, okay? But once he gets to certain truth and clarity, he could be opening himself up to greater confidence and positive outlook when it comes to what he's initiating towards, okay? Yeah, there's certain negative cycles he's needing to close out in order to really have a greater appreciation for what his true feelings are. But he could be feeling that we got the Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the Empress. He could be feeling that it's like he's wanting to prepare himself for a more abundant beginning and really kind of being able to feel that he is prepared or, let me see, what's the word, like capable of opening himself up to a more divine aligned relationship with someone he feels is well-rounded and you know, his true match, right? So he could be waiting for certain signs to show when he's meant to initiate towards a group dynamic, okay? There could be a lot of different options that he has in his life that he could be closing himself off for, really wanting to have a more aligned, loving relationship dynamic, okay? And once he kind of recognizes that, he'll be moving forward in a more carefree way in order to co-create and feel confident with what he's manifesting instead of having his plans made based on different forms of anxiety, okay? So hopefully that is something, I don't know if that's too helpful or not, but those are the cards. Let me read this one really quick and see. We got cake, okay, celebration. We have this graduation, so, you know, there could be a need for him to kind of feel that he's confident with where he's elevated, okay, in order to move forward, okay? So yeah, he's trying to stay on track and stay on the, like, purposeful path, okay? We got Beehive right here. Yeah, somebody's wanting to be, he's wanting to be diligent and persistent. There's a lot of hard work, and he could be getting ready, you know, he's concentrating, wanting to have his true desired outcome, okay, coming into position, okay? So there could be a lot of, like, long-term goals that he's paying attention to. Yeah, we got a complex situation, okay? There's a fated connection, okay, unbreakable bonds, but he feels like he could be needing to really figure things out for himself in order to feel more confident moving forward towards you, okay? All right, let me see. Okay, does he think you guys are a match? Yeah. He feels that it could be feeling that there's like an innocent connection or a strong friendship that you guys could have. And I'm not just staying on the friendship, but that's a good baseline, right? You know, so, There could be this energetic tie he feels with you, okay? Yeah, he feels that there could be this deeper meaning or deeper connection, okay? You could be kind of nourishing him in different ways at a deeper level. He could be having strong feelings for you and wanting to express this, but he's trying to take some time to focus on inner child healing, taking some time alone for reflection, getting to a greater sense of center within himself, okay? And he could have been dealing with difficulty from painful experiences from past relationships where it might be difficult for him to like really open up as confidently as he had previously. But it says within a few months, the situation or event has potential to develop or unfold within a few months. And then, you know, it says within a few days right here. So, yeah, he could have been dealing with pain within the past couple months or something like that, or, you know, previous relationships or whatever. Like, I know a lot of different feelings have been being brought up to the surface for you to have to like really transmute again if they hadn't been, right? So he could be going through some type of thing like that. But he's, you know, wanting to get to a greater sense of truth within himself and conviction within an important decision. But, there is some type of shift that could be occurring within a few days, it says right here. And he could be acquiring the tools that he's needing to in order to really move forward in a way that is showing him that he has what it takes to build towards this situation. Okay, he could be feeling that you are kind of possibly like polar opposites in different ways, but at the same time we have a union of opposites, okay? So there could be a major transformation that could occur in a way that he feels there is an ability to handle and get done. And what's interesting right here is I just noticed it says 5, 4, 3 and then 1, 2. So there could be certain steps that are a little out of order right now, but there is also like a countdown type of situation. So there could be just a need to navigate in a more patient way, I guess, and make sure everything's in alignment in a way where it doesn't disrupt the flow, all right? But this could be a situation where there is you know, a true structure that you could be creating and forming with each other, and it could be something that is long-lasting, okay? Right, look at that. Sorry, I'm not looking at the cards, or I'm not showing you the cards. Sorry about that, I forgot about that. Well, ooh, look. Anyway, so we have a cross right here. And a flag, okay? So there could be certain symbols, symbolism that you're recognizing throughout the day, or, you know, whatever, to help guide you. But it's like this is a situation where he could be really purpose-driven, okay? And we have plans are coming to fruition. He could be elevating and moving to a position where he can feel really secure with where, you know, with the, you know, finish line aspect of how things are coming into fruition. Basically, I just said that already. Just read the card again, but let me see. yeah, so somebody's exploring and finding their way. There could be like a, you know, new territory type of dynamic into an unknown destination, but he's wanting to navigate, and this could be currently happening where he's trying to really figure out, you know, a way to go in a more confident way. So we also have train right here and then a map, so there could be some type of movement or action like travel that's occurring, or, you know, exploration of himself. But it seems that as this is going on, he will be getting to a greater sense of confidence within the outcome that he is coming to. Okay. Oh. So yeah, he could be creating a greater structure and really kind of figuring out who he is on his own before he opens up to a partnership dynamic. Okay. So he could be, you know, having different situations where he is dealing with anxiety or fear or worry, and he's wanting to be able to calm himself and get to a more Zen position instead of having the negativity be, let me see, affecting him in a way that takes away from what the situation could be in a more positive way. Okay, we have 6, 8, 8, 9, and 6 and 9 flips are each other, basically, you know. We got 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 4, anyway. But yeah, so once he gets to this greater contentment within himself, there could be some type of unexpected or sudden shift or change where he's expressing his passion and getting ready to communicate. Look at that, rings right there. Ooh. It could be something that is, there could have been different aspects of projection, and somebody could have been really not knowing exactly what it was that they were looking at. But once they get to their own greater clarity within themselves, they could be getting ready to communicate and moving forward towards you know, partnership dynamic. Okay, so okay. Well, hopefully this resonates and is relevant for you and everything. But those were the cards. And if you want, you could you know, send me a message. We could do a little more of a reading later or something like that. But anyway, I'm gonna hop off and yeah, no problem. Yeah, it seems maybe just give him some time to figure himself out in different ways, and when he gets to a more confident position with himself, like I was saying, like a lot of people, you know, there could be someone who jumps from one relationship to another, you know, and, you know, sometimes that happens in different ways, but like, when certain issues start to occur that are repetitive, it makes you wonder, like, what am I doing in the situation that I need to shift, you know? So he could be, and that was a hair flying through that. So, he could be really kind of wanting to get to a more confident position with the way he knows he's expressing himself that isn't going to be detrimental to the potential of what he's desiring of, right? So hopefully this helps. Talk to you later sometime. Have a good day.